Welcome to Books Power Channel, where entertainment meets continuous self-improvement. Have you ever felt like there's this invisible force holding you back? A barrier between you and your ambitions that you can't quite see, but you can definitely feel. Well, today, we're not just going to talk about that force. We're giving you the blueprint to take it apart piece by piece.
Just think about it for a second. What's that one common thread, the single master key that seems to unlock every single door to power, to wealth, and to real achievement?
The answer is influence. See, your technical skills, your knowledge, that can only get you so far. It's your ability to connect with, to persuade, and to lead other people. That is the real engine of success. It's the hidden variable that builds empires and literally shapes the world we live in. And the entire operating system for this skill, believe it or not, is laid out in a single legendary book. And forget what you think about dusty self-help books. Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People isn't a book. It's more like a codex, a blueprint for rewiring human behavior. So let's unlock that code. So why do most people struggle to connect? It's because every single day, in almost every conversation, they're building these invisible walls. They are sabotaging their own success, and they don't even know it. And it all starts with three incredibly common mistakes. These three things right here, they're the architects of social failure. You start with criticism, which, boom, immediately puts people on the defensive. Then you might follow up with condemnation, which just crushes their pride. And then you poison the whole thing with complaining, infecting every interaction with negativity. Together, these things build a fortress of resentment that makes any kind of real influence totally impossible. Carnegie's words really hit hard because they're just so true. Rising above this default human behavior, that's the very first step. The next step is to master the three keys that unlock genuine, powerful influence. Okay, so the first master key is what we're going to call the mirror. And listen, this isn't just a tactic, it's a complete shift in your perspective. It's all about trying to understand someone before you even try to make them understand you. You see, your influence doesn't actually begin when you start talking. No, it begins the moment you start truly listening. You have to genuinely try to see the world from their angle, to understand what drives them, what they truly want. Only then can you find that common ground where influence is actually born. So how do you do this, right? Well, you basically become an excavator of their interests. You start asking questions they genuinely enjoy answering. You encourage them to talk about themselves and what they've accomplished. And here's the fascinating part. A great conversationalist isn't a great talker at all. They're a master listener who makes the other person feel like the star of the show. And this quote just illustrates that power shift perfectly. While everyone else out there is fighting for the spotlight, you get this enormous advantage by simply turning that spotlight onto them. That kind of genuine interest is so rare, and because it's rare, it is incredibly valuable.
All right, on to key number 2, the magnet. Now, this has nothing to do with charisma, this is pure psychology. It's about becoming the kind of person that others are just naturally, almost magnetically drawn to.
Think about it like this. Everyone you meet is silently wearing a sign around their neck that says, "Make me feel important." The single deepest principle in all of human nature is the craving to be appreciated. If you can learn to satisfy that craving, people will just gravitate towards you.
But, and this is a really critical distinction, this is not about flattery. Flattery is cheap, it's insincere, it's selfish, and honestly, people can spot it from a mile away. True appreciation is completely different. It's sincere, it's specific, and it comes from the heart. It's about recognizing someone's genuine strengths and their efforts.
And the best part is, you can put this into action right away. Use their name, offer a genuine smile, give honest, specific praise. Don't just say good job, say, I was so impressed with how you handled that client. And finally, just acknowledge their strengths. These small acts build incredibly powerful magnetic connections.
Please never underestimate this. Remembering and using someone's name is such a subtle but profound compliment. It says to them, you matter to me. You are an individual who is worth remembering. It is one of the simplest and yet most powerful ways to make someone feel truly seen. And that brings us to the final master key, the catalyst. Now, this is where influence turns into real action. It's how you can change minds and inspire movement, all without creating resistance or resentment. A true influencer doesn't win arguments. In fact, they know that winning an argument is the fastest way to lose someone's goodwill. Instead, they act as a catalyst. They create the conditions where the other person arrives at the conclusion you want them to, but they feel like they got there all on their own. Okay, this requires a pretty radical approach. First, you have to avoid arguments like the plague. If you realize you're wrong, you admit it, quickly and emphatically. You guide the conversation with questions, letting them piece the idea together so they feel that sense of ownership. Because at the end of the day, people always have more faith in ideas they feel they discover for themselves.
Carnegie said that 9 times out of 10, an argument ends with both people more convinced than ever that they are absolutely right. It's a battle that nobody ever truly wins. So to be a catalyst, you have to rise above the battle entirely.
So what does all of this mean for you? It means it's time to shift your entire mindset. You're not just a pawn in your social world reacting to whatever happens. No, you are the architect, and you have the power to design your interactions and ultimately your outcomes.
So here it is, your blueprint. The mirror. Understand their world before you even try to explain yours. The magnet. Satisfy that deep human craving for appreciation. And the catalyst. Guide them to a new conclusion. Don't ever force them. These aren't just tips, they are the foundational laws of human interaction.
This right here is the ultimate takeaway. Most people just drift through life reacting to things. High achievers, they design their life intentionally. These principles are your architectural tools. Use them. Use them to build stronger relationships, more powerful networks, and a future of your own design. Just let that one sink in for a moment. True, lasting influence is never, ever achieved through force. It's achieved through understanding, through appreciation, and through skillful guidance. It's an art form, really, and you now have the tools to become a master.
You have the keys. It's time to start unlocking some doors. If you're ready to master the code of influence, show your support with a like. And make sure you subscribe to Books Power for more deep dives into the architecture of success.